What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Realm of Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all. Dave Chapelle and Netflix seem to have put themselves in deep water with the LBGTQ, however many other letters they gonna put in their name, community. Now let's speak on it. Now we got an article here. We're gonna read it per IGN. So we're gonna read it. We're gonna react. This is what we do. All right. Who's ready for story time with Rage King, baby? Now let's get into it. Netflix faces internal criticisms over new Dave Chappelle special. 3 employees were recently suspended from Netflix. Let's read why. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos is defending Dave Chappelle's latest stand-up special, The Closer, amid eternal pushback from the employees at Netflix. According to reports, Sarandos issued an internal memo that seemingly acknowledges discontent from employees and talent over Chappelle's latest special, which included a series of transphobic jokes from the comedian. Variety reports that Sarandos' memo offered guidance on how managers should handle upset employees and angry talent speaking out against Chappelle. Furthermore, 3 Netflix employees have been suspended pending investigation, including Tara Field, a transgender senior software engineer who recently wrote a thread objecting to Chappelle's latest special. This is the tweet from Tara Field. I work at Netflix. Yesterday, we launched another Chappelle special where he attacks the trans community and the very validity of transness. Just making up words as you go along here. And while trying to pit us against each other, against other marginalized groups. You're going to hear a lot of talk about offense. We are not offended, but yet you're trying to cancel him. Anyway, however, Netflix claims Field was not suspended over her tweets, but rather for her joining a manager-level meeting uninvited. Our employees are encouraged to disagree openly, and we support their right to do so, Netflix said in a statement to Variety. In the special, Chappelle declared himself Team TERF, which is typically applied to individuals who are openly opposed to transgender inclusive. Gender is a fact, Chappelle says in the special, which it is. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on this earth. Or the stomach, if you're a C-section baby, much like Rage King is. Before going on to compare transgender women to Beyond Meat. Chappelle previously came under fire for targeting transgender men and women during Equanimity, a Netflix comedy special released in 2018. Sarandos addressed the internal pushback against The Closer while defending Chappelle. Several of you have asked where we draw the line on hate. Don't allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite hate or violence, and do not believe The Closer crosses that line, Sarandos writes in his memo, citing Chappelle's massive viewership and popularity. He also brings up shows like Sex Education and Disclosure as examples of Netflix's commitment to telling LGBT stories. I'm going to stop right here because the shit is kind of getting on my nerves at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Does Netflix not have an entire goddamn catalog of LGBTQ plus community movies that you can go watch and enjoy? And I do find it also funny that transgenders get upset when you say anything about them. LGBTQ plus community says anything about, you say anything about them, they get upset, but yet they're allowed to free range to insult straight males and women and calling them whenever they want to. And they just, oh, well, that's just you getting talked about. But yet, if you say anything about them, no matter how true it is, it's a problem. I do see that to be, I do find that odd. Let's read on. GLAAD has responded to reports of the employee's suspension publicly, saying Netflix has a policy that content designed to incite hate or violence is not allowed on the platform. We all know that the anti-LGBTQ content does exactly that. While Netflix is home to groundbreaking LGBTQ stories, now is the time for Netflix execs to listen to LGBTQ employees, industry leaders, and audiences and commit to living up to their own standards. How in the hell do you have the right to go? What is in your mind to where you figure you can go to somebody else's job, make somebody else's money, and tell them what they should do when you're their employee and that's your boss? I'm just gonna leave that there for the public to play with. Anyway, moving on. Other Netflix creators like Dear White People showrunner Jacqueline Moore have announced they will cut ties with Netflix over the recent Chappelle special. Imagine having the name of a show, and I'm saying this as a black guy, imagine having a show called Dear White People, which is aimed at attacking white people, with a black chick who's dating a white guy and telling white people they need to listen up. You run that show and you got the nerve to say you gonna cut ties because they talk bad about the LGBTQ community. Are you not downing white people? Because I've seen the stupid ass show. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's one of the dumbest fucking shows I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You got, and I'm saying this as a black man, and I'm not saying that black people don't matter. I mean, because I'm like this: if you got to be told that human life matters, then something is wrong with you, okay? You can't have a show called Dear White People where you're literally having seasons built on attacking white people for not listening to black problems, and the black chick that's talking about white people or attacking black people is fucking a white guy while she's doing it. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Neither Serenados nor Netflix has addressed Moore's announcements or Glad's statement. To be honest with you, Netflix, y'all probably be better off dropping that damn show, Dear White People, because nobody of relevancy is even watching that goddamn show. Be honest with you. And I've seen the stand-up comedy special, The Close of Dave Chapelle. Can y'all please show me where and when he incited violence or hate against anybody, let alone the LGBTQ community? Here's my thing also. There's not a history of Dave Chapelle telling the raunchiest jokes possible. What he is doing is called performing comedy. Do y'all know what comedy is? For anyone that doesn't know, comedy, the best comedy anyway, takes real life situations and makes fun of it. That's just what it is. I don't remember him calling out anybody in the LGBTQ community that he did not know. What I heard and what I saw was a man talking about a LGBTQ person that he knew that would also enjoy his jokes. So basically, y'all knew what the man was going to talk about, yet you still watched and got offended knowing what this man was going to talk about. What did he say that was so wrong and not true? What, that gender is absolute? Or what did he say? Gender is absolute? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Gender is a fact. That's what he said. Gender is a fact. So is it not? So is it not a fact that if you were born with testosterone, higher testosterone than estrogen, and born with a penis and a nutsack, you weren't born a guy? If you were born with a vagina in between your legs, you're not a woman. Oh, here, I do you one better. I do you one better. For the people that I don't identify as a woman, I identify as, okay, since we want to pull that, answer me this. If you identify as transgender, right? Your gender is trans, right? Is that not a fact to you? Or are we all just looking for something else to be pissed off, like we ain't got bigger fish to fry in the real world? You know, somebody said something to me yesterday that made all the sense in the world. They said it seems like Western people are so spoiled to the lives we have that they literally create their own problems because they're bored. This seems like to me nothing but a bunch of people sitting online and sitting on Netflix, sitting on social media, bitching and complaining about nothing because they have nothing else better to do. All right? Lay off the man Dave Chapelle, all right? And I find this funny, and I do find this funny. This cancel culture shit gets on my nerves because it's perfectly okay to cancel Dave Chapelle for telling fucking jokes, right? Y'all want to cancel him for now a 15th fucking time in 6 specials. But yet, where was that energy for Lil Nas X twerking on the devil in front of your kids and shit? After writing Old Town Road, he go down the right, he go make Montero video. Nobody bats an eye at that. But yet telling a joke or telling jokes is so offensive. I don't get it. I don't get it. To me, it seems like that y'all are not only confused about your own reality, but you're confused about what's entertainment and what's actual hate speech. Not one time did he say he wished any ill will towards any LGBTQ community. Not any of that. He didn't wish ill will against anybody. But yet somehow, some way, we are sitting here mad at the fact that this man said the same thing J.K. Rowling said. The author that wrote the Harry Potter saga that y'all all know and love, that y'all all still read and watch. But yet they say gender is a fact and everybody loses their fucking mind. What is wrong with that statement? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Now, here come people attacking me saying, oh, well, you're a homophobe, you're this and that. I'm not afraid of any man at all because I notice the LGBTQ community, I love making up words and shit to try to combat an argument that you've already lost. Lay off this man, Dave Chapelle. He has done nothing wrong. He is doing what is called his job. His job is to make people laugh. I find it funny if you're saying, and I'm going to end the video on this because I've been ranting a little bit too long on this and I'm going to say something that's going to get my channel taken down because this pisses me off. I'm going to end the video on this. If y'all are so offended by what Dave Chapelle has said in the past, said in his specials, said at any point in time at all, why, if y'all are so offended, why do y'all keep watching? Because I'm telling you right now, I've never went back and watched any movie that I truly thought was repulsive. I never went back and watched a movie or a video that I thought was just it was just so bad for my ears to hear. It offended me so bad. He's such a problem, but yet, why are y'all still watching? Why are y'all watching his every move, trying to police every single thing he says? So let me get this straight. We live where freedom of speech is alive and well, right? That is until someone says something that you don't like, right? Then it's you can only say what you want to as long as I agree with it. Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm out.